Hey everybody, hi, it's Rita Smith, #1 food fairy. I am actually making mashed potatoes to go with dinner tonight, so I thought I'd just videotape this and see if it would be helpful to anybody. This is my lifetime successful mashed potato recipe, and I'm gonna give it to you one step at a time. I did want to point out that when I make mashed potatoes, I never use anything but Yukon Gold potatoes. They're sometimes sold as yellow flesh potatoes, but in any case, they are the patented, trademarked Yukon Gold potatoes that were developed at the University of Guelph, and they are so superior for mashed potatoes that it doesn't even matter to me what other kind are out there, red, white, new, old, Idaho, whatever. In my opinion, the only potatoes you use for mashed potatoes are Yukon Gold or yellow flesh potatoes. So I am going to add to the potatoes some butter. It's about, I'm going to say maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter per batch of mashed potatoes. So if I did a whole 10-pound bag, I'd probably use, close to a cup of butter. And I will also add, well, depending on how much liquid is left over from the potatoes, I'll check that. I will also add a couple of eggs, which definitely help to make the potatoes fluffier. They also make the potatoes a little bit more, you need to be a little bit more careful in storing them and using them right away because they have raw egg in them, and although the potato will heat the egg, it won't cook it. I will add a tiny bit of salt, and I'll check later to make sure that I've got enough salt. I'll do a quick beating and see if there's enough liquid in the pan from the water left over from the potatoes. If there is, I won't add any milk. If they seem to need a bit more liquid, I'll add some milk. So give that a really good hand mixer beating. These look like maybe they're going to be able to use a little bit of liquid. I think I could add more of a liquid of some kind. I could add a bit more butter. I could add another egg. But actually what I'm going to do is just add about 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, maybe that's more than 2 tablespoons. Maybe 3 or 4. Little blop of milk. Wow, look at that. They get as fluffy as whipped cream. They are just the ultimate perfect potato. Honestly, I would say, knowing my kids as I know them and knowing what they love to eat and what they look forward to, that pretty much all of my kids would rather have beautiful, fluffy mashed potatoes, more so than ice cream. And I know this because most of the time when my kids show up for dinner, look at that, like just perfect. Most of the time my kids show up for dinner, they will have a little appetizer bowl of potatoes and maybe with gravy if some is available before they have anything else. So we have the appetizer serving of mashed potatoes, and then we have dinner with mashed potatoes, and then everybody leaves with mashed potatoes. So once again, I peel and boil the Yukon Gold potatoes, and no other kind but Yukon Gold, into about 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds of potatoes. I'll crack an egg or 2, about 4 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of salt, and of course you taste all the way through to make sure it's salty enough or buttery enough or liquidy enough or fluffy enough. If you need more of anything, you add it. You can always add more liquid, but you can't take any out, so be sparing in putting your liquid in. If there is not so much water left over from the boiling, or the eggs and the butter haven't made the potatoes fluffy enough, then I add just a little bit of milk, just a little bit, and there you go. Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, perfect, fluffy, nutritious, comforting, the ultimate comfort food, and hopefully you'll have fun making these yourself at home. Don't be disappointed if you buy red potatoes or white potatoes and they just run all over the plate like liquid. They're gross, they're waxy, they're greasy, they're not fluffy. That's because you use the wrong potatoes. Yukon Gold, yellow flesh potatoes, the only kind to use for mashed. And you will be successful and never frustrated, which is the whole point of cooking. Take care, bye-bye.